Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. I'm taking a break. It's study time. Everybody was enjoying football, but I had to get my studies on. So I just remembered as I came up for some air that it is National Encouragement Day. Encouragement is all about, letting ourselves get some hope, some inspiration, motivational nuggets to each other. And so I didn't want to let the Motivational Monday leave y'all without saying Happy National Day of Encouragement. Happy National Day of Encouragement. We are helpers one to another. I came up from some breathing. I am here to help you got to understand that together, when we encourage each other on this National Day of Encouragement, there's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we cannot get through. So I wanted to come in here. It's 3:17 in California. I know my Midwest folks and my East Coast folks and my international folks, y'all might tap in on the replay. But nonetheless, we are in this work together. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope that you guys are doing the best that you can with what you have. I'm practicing for one. This is not the usual time that I'm available to go live, but I want this opportunity to pass without me getting through the day to just highlight that today is National Day of Encouragement. And as we are looking at encouragement is the giving of courage, confidence, hope, and support. It has healing benefits. I attract Care Bears, so you naturally give hope and confidence and courage to everybody. So y'all know I'm always putting a spin on for my Care Bears. You naturally do this for everyone. You give someone support. You help them build their confidence. You help them when things are looking kind of real, real dark. You are the hope dealer that's out here slinging hope to everyone. So when I am talking and conversing with you guys as our Care Bears, we are the culture of givers. I am also asking you to extend the same amount of attention and holistic self-care to yourself. Today, I want to test the sound in this room. Let me know if you can hear me. But today is National Day of Encouragement. I was in the drive-through, I want to say Sunday morning before church. It had rained. I never knew it rained until I got up the next morning. And I seen a countless number of people up super early getting their cars washed. Looked like they was finna go do their thing. And I was just like really, really an eye opener where people get up, they value what they value, they rise up super early doing the things that they have to do for the next week. And so one of the things that came to me is that how we spend a lot of time and effort cleaning things on the outside, or whether you vacuum in the inside of that thing, when it comes to encouragement and walking in your true identity and taking away all of the different things that distract you and discourage you, it is really important for you to make a decision for yourself. For yourself. And one of the things I said, in our country, we are very, very accustomed to outsourcing things, the things we don't like, whether it's a car dealer a car wash that clean our car for us, whether they clean our home, whether we go to a restaurant and we get people to cook for us because we don't like to cook. For people that don't like to read, they get the audio books and let the auto reader. So you see the pattern. You see the pattern, like in the absence of what we don't like, we have become more and more accustomed to having other people do stuff for us. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's some levels to everything I believe in life. But if you operate your life on all levels, that everybody have to do these different things for me. What happens when I'm with my own frame? Tall, short, midget, skinny, curvy, this, that, it doesn't matter. When you are with yourself and I'm with myself, my whole human framework, I can't outsource the stuff that go on. Even as a clinician here in California, when I am, honored to be on the journey with people on their mental wellness, I don't have a magic potion to help anyone. Change anyone, right? I'm not that powerful. Like, I am not God. Like, all I can do is be on a journey and probe people to start thinking more critically and really answering some of the tough questions for themselves. And then they get the revelation on the different changes and tweaks they need to make to change their situation, right? A lot of times, you guys, when it comes to encouraging yourself and holding on to hope and supporting and walking in your confidence, a lot of times, guys, we're moving around and we haven't really understood the whole framework of do more of what works. If you know X, Y, and Z work, why do you keep moving? Like, why is it so hard for many of us to sit still? You got to answer that for yourself. You got to answer that for yourself. The internal part of us, we can't outsource that. As much as people try, the doctors, they're going to keep giving you meds. That's what they do. They make money, $1 billion industry. So the thing I'm going to tell you on National Encouragement Day is encourage yourself. Be ye encouraged. Be ye encouraged in the Lord. Be ye encouraged. And that part of that confidence, the holy boldness and all the things, it is you making a decision. Not the car wash that we pay to clean stuff up. Not your partner, your mate, to catch you up every time. Not your kids because they're doing so amazing and you thrive off their lifestyle. None of those things. You got to be cool and tell yourself until your heart believe it, that I'm going to get through this hurdle. I am not going to keep beating and really moving from the thing that works and really mastering that thing that works and really stay in that vein. When you get to moving this way and that way and, the fall finna come, the league's finna change, okay, then you want to switch. And notice when people switch a lot of different things, they switch relationships. They cool with you as a friend this day. Then the next quarter, their mood is off, so they tripping on you over some non-essential things. You really can't trust people to deliver some deliverables to you if they're not even willing to be consistent. You got to be encouraged in yourself, like in the Lord. Like, you have to be encouraged that the thing that He give you to do, that God give you to do, and He has to get you to do it. I am always puzzled by, people that spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out why people do what they do. Heck, you and I don't know why we do and tolerate and put up with things that we do as well. I was encountering an individual a couple of weeks ago, very, very heartbroken. She's always helped. I track Care Bears. You help everybody, you doing all of these things. And she was heartbroken because when she had her milestone birthday, nobody was there. And the other Care Bears was, trying to fix the problem. Well, I just met you 30 days ago. I'll meet up and go with you. And this individual went hiding, didn't want that. She didn't want the love that was expressing itself to her. She wanted the love and support from people that she have, cared for down through the years. That's not asking anything unreasonable. I get it. But how do you encourage yourself when people have demonstrated to you and I that they're just not that committed to you? I have calls today, the voicemail. I'm studying for my exam. I have to get myself in a secret place and just go in for hours and hours and have my tea and put my little nice music on and just get away from noise so I can focus. I'm 50, okay? The way my brain and memory be set up, girl, I be learning. I learn something and unlearn it and all of that. So I have to get myself in a secret space. I'm not going to study because it'll just sink, just flush out my brain. I do my studying in little blocks. And I took a break right now because I realized it was National Day of Encouragement to let you know that part of being encouraged and having hope that things are going to change for your good. I don't want nobody no false pretense. If you tolerating things that you know is not going to fulfill the things in the will and call in your life, you, my dear, have to be courageous enough. You shouldn't have to wait to a milestone only to find out the amen corner only do the amens for you when you doing something for them. You got to know, you got enough proof and social proofing and the whole nine to know that the reason why a lot of you guys get disappointed and discouraged is because you want people to serve you as much as you serve them. You want them at least acknowledge you, right? We all need to have some level of support and encouragement. Girl, you can do it, don't give up. But when that does not present itself to you, and you've known this for years, I'm not going to sit here and tell you things is going to be better if you continue to do the things that you do. They will get better when you decide to do the tough thing and start honoring your time more, honoring your value and your worth more. That is a you thing. You can't outsource that. I'm just going to keep saying that till the wheels fall off. You cannot outsource the thing that's inside of you that needs to be resolved, healed, and elevated. Even when you go into some personal development classes and you go to, night school and get your credentials or all of the different things you do, the core belief of yourself comes from a mindset shift that needs to take place with you. That's why you got a whole bunch of books stacked up on how to overcome people pleasing, but you still people pleasing entering into the fall season. Because what you are reading and what you're taking in, whether it's scripture or books and things, you really don't believe it in its totality. I'm a witness. Like, you have to be honest with the truth. The truth is nothing to fear to set us free. I own up to some of my crazy too. I mean, it's just what it is. There's no one person higher and one person this. People are just in different awareness stages of their life. And so some of you guys are experiencing people that's starting to learn how to set boundaries, and you're coming back saying, well, Tasha, they acting funny. Well, yeah, it seems a little funny to you because they have owned up to where they are right now, and they realize that they have to move out of God's way and let God be God in your life. They're not going to let you binge drink on them and throw up and vomit on them and then go home with your issues internally inside of them, and they can't sleep, and you over here sleeping like a brand new baby. And you experiencing their shift and a change like, oh, they think they all that. And an unhealed person, you would take the input and the output of somebody that's inaccurate, and you would really start to double, triple question yourself. Well, maybe I do think I'm a little bit, all of that. What's wrong with being all that in Christ on high? Like, we can't sustain ourselves. Thank God you have holy boldness now. Now, like I had some people today, I already know when the caller, when one of the phones ring, I already know. And I let the individuals know. Some people say when you turn 50, you're just brutally honest. But I can say, good, the Lord had me on the journey for the last 5 years, peeping game while it's in my face. To the point now, I don't even have to be in my face. I can feel that taking spirit that tries to attach itself to me. They shooting the breeze. Shooting the breeze. Get to the point. You call because you want something. Don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't have that kind of time. Sometimes I answer the phone because I need to check the person before the holidays because I'm not going to tolerate that mess. What is it that you want? Oh, why you say that? Because that's all you do. And the one thing about a cell phone, it'll have the history in there, a text history. It'll have the caller ID history. It doesn't lie. Last time you called, you was going through something. I ain't called to see how your girl doing or nothing. See, I don't go to the third party and talk about it in third person. I'm telling the individual. They can either accept it or reject it. It's still my truth anyhow. That's a part of encouraging yourself and operating and walking in your truth. You over here won't do this or that because I heard if you go over there, them people ain't gonna like you. When you are equipped and called by God, baby, you can walk in the room. Look at my flip flops on, baby. I got a fresh pedicure right now. I'm not gonna walk in nowhere with these stilettos on. I got levels to what I do. I got the shoes in the vehicle to do the shenanigans. And best to believe, I got my tennis shoes for the workout tonight. Got the moo for my massage appointment this afternoon. Praise God. And then I got my y'all think I'm playing. I just got these from Russell. I got these. And baby, I operate real good in my brain and the way this set up over here when I'm in my comfortable shoes. I'm experiencing people won't put on flats because they make them look bigger. Baby, look, I ain't putting on that girdle right now. My friend just picked me up a girdle to get my little organs together, whatever it's going to squish it. We're going to have fun with that later on. I said, girl, you going to get me squished in, but she's trying to help me with my back troubles and stuff. I said, look, part of being confident and understanding this is where I'm at. I'm not going to get squished in and squished out and my toes and back hurting to make the next person approve of me. Y'all cut that mess out. Cut that mess out. You don't have to go another day. The woman gonna say, well, your eyelash or whatever. I said, you know what? I did not give you permission to go there. I can match all kind of energies about X, Y, and Z because you come in with an ill heart trying to bring correction out of order. I can run circles on you right now, mess you up for 30 years. But I have to consider the cost. It's a way to check people without losing your space and your sanity and what you have on who is this? Who is this? Hold on, y'all. Hello? Hello? Okay. I don't know. I don't know. But you get what I'm trying to say? What were we talking about? We're talking about just, being aware that you got to encourage yourself in the Lord. You can't wait on other people um, to come bail you out all the time. One of the things I'm going to say about people that I've noticed, and I've noticed even this about myself in all transparency, when you have a level of unresolved trauma and people don't call you back or, they don't get back to you or they don't check an email or see an email, but this is for a lot of y'all business owners, you running your business or not. You have a situational business, meaning you operate your business when you feel like it off your feelings. No judgment. You operating it like that because you got it like that. Evidently, you got other streams of income coming in, and the one you putting before the people, you just winging it, right? Which really, really speaks to some of you guys get upset. My personality type, if I'm looking for something and I'm shopping for something, I go where I'm valued, whether it's across town, whether I got to wait a little bit longer for it to come in the mail. I have a bunch of people that God put in my life that ships me stuff, that gets stuff done. If it's going to be late, they calling me. They don't have all the bells and whistles and notifications and all the automation systems yet to tell me. A good old-fashioned phone call or a text. Hey, I know the shipment was supposed to be on Friday, but based on this delay, whatever, it ain't even a delay at the post office. They got stuff going on in life just to make it to the post office. The truth. I do people. I value doing business with people that operate in the truth. You can always tell people that have some unresolved stuff. They constantly trying to nickel and dime somebody. You're gonna miss out on 20 sales trying to nickel and dime one person for $19.99. But you feel like you got it going on. Then you mad because your business not growing. You got to understand if your primary goal, and the reason why I'm bringing this into hope and confidence and giving some support, The kind of support I'm going to give some of y'all is telling y'all the truth. If you're not making your business about serving your client or your customer, and you want them to be wildly happy, and you want them to experience your product or service and want to tell everybody and their dad and mom for Black Friday and moving over to come and patronize your business, whether it's a home-based business or online, and you truly, truly, truly believe in what you're doing, even if it's crooked and confusing right now. If that's not the heart in which you serve it, you might be killing sales right now. What I mean by killing sales in this context, you might be balling out of control. Like your revenue streams every quarter is popping. That's not going to sustain you in the long run, because your energy in the way you engage with your customer, your client, is all about the end result for you. There's no sense of reciprocity in that equation. It's all about, I'm getting my coins. I got the bag. Don't you know bags get holes too? Bags get holes in them. And a destiny and purpose on many of you guys' life, the bag is not big enough to sustain it and withhold it. And so for my service-based leaders, continue to walk in confidence. It might take you a little bit longer, baby, but that's okay. We're not in a rush. While you taking your time and God is perfecting you and getting you in a better, healthier, financially, posture with your money anyway, you need that little time to change some of these behaviors. Y'all know our money behaviors be a hot mess a lot of times. We don't have to lie to kick it about that. You have to be okay with knowing that, girl, I can't keep doing this. You over here at these meetings, shaking hands, taking pictures, it look good. You're paying all of this money for these photo shoots. That's fine. But ask yourself on a soul level, without all of that, do I believe what I'm doing is really honestly bringing value to the lives of people? The one thing about me, I'm not going to hunt people down and spend money with them. I'm not going to be nipping when I know I'm a person that gives a lot of value for free, which makes people want to invest at the level that they invest. People come to this city and drive 3, 4, 5 hours. Why? Because they feel like I truly care. And they're investing at those levels because their mindset says, if I don't do something now, this is going to be my story 5, 6 years down the road or 12 months from now. You don't have to be out here doing things like everybody else. Some of you guys are not encouraged because you see so many other things. You got to understand, a lot of people, morals and values don't align with yours, and that's quite okay. That's fine. That's fine. Some of you guys need to put your kids and grandkids in the car. Hold on a second. Hey, I'm okay. Oh, yeah, I got you said put August 31st? Okay. Okay, I'll get it. What time do you leave, at 4:30? Okay, in about 10 minutes, I'll go in and get that updated. Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, y'all, I gotta go update some contracts before 4:30. Praise God. God is so good. He is so good. And the traps that people set for you guys, don't even, like I say, don't even keep your eyes on it. Don't even allow yourself to go out like that, because there's so much more in store that God had for you and I. It doesn't seem like it sometimes, but as you go through it, you're going to find out that the measure of what's on the other side is going to far outweigh. And I'll put the scripture in here. You guys can see it for yourself. is going to really outweigh the storm and the traps that people have attempted to set for you. I have a couple of things going on, and individuals is trying to have different conversations, but I'm not wavering. I'm not wavering, because when I'm thinking about my first grandson, who is an African American 7-month-old, and the way that in the way that things were handled, you can't put a price tag on the sloppiness that was done. Like, I'm not for sale. My piece is not for sale. Your piece is not for sale. All you got to do is step back and let God be God, and he will fight our battles. I know that for sure right now. Well, can you call me? Can we try to set? No, sweetie, we not. You starve out spirits, baby. You don't have to match energies. You don't have to match energies. You let God be God, and I'm telling you, they get to shaking and wavering before stuff come up, the appointments, and you got to go to court. You got to take care of some stuff. You got to do this and that, and you sitting up here getting worked up, and the Lord done already worked it out to where folks just panicking. Like, what do we do? Like, let them have their tantrum. God's going to be God in the situation, no matter what it is. When you're down there dealing with these school teachers, and they talking to your kids and experiencing your kids in different ways based on what they look like, you don't have to go down there acting foolish, because we need y'all on this side of the gate. Okay, you still gonna press your point and hold people accountable, but you're gonna do it in a way where your hands is clean. That's all you got to do. But be encouraged. Let me see if this works. Can y'all hear me? Be encouraged, and I want you to really lean into, I approve of who I am, and that is enough. I want you to honor what it is you like most about yourself. What are qualities that you, and quit, oh, well, really, I'm not that good at it. So-and-so did it. Just stand in your truth and your authority that God has gifted you with X, Y, and Z, and that is your truth, and you can walk really, really confidently in that truth. Quit watering and then being a master of the things that doesn't work. That's backwards. Are you concerned about the approval of other people? And if you are, whether it's parents, people at work, your spouse, your kid, whatever, if you're super concerned about the approval of others, I want you to ask yourself why. What does their approval do for you? What does their approval do for you? Because if you make your self-worth and value about what people approve of you, what happens when you can't continue to stay on that journey? And what happens when their set of expectations change? Then you're going to keep changing to try to keep up with what they want from you, right? And this is why, as my grandson learning how to crawl, we give him small wins. When we put an object before him and he reach it, and then, sometimes on the next one, we move a little further. He gets frustrated because he's like, hey, I'm feeling confident. I'm able to reach this particular toy, for example, right? And so giving him them small wins, like, yes, grandson, you did it. Or my oldest is learning how to play the violin. And she's self-taught on so many different levels. So she's very, 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 very motivated to learn. She's a self-learner. She doesn't have the type of personality that's going to wait to her teacher give her the assignment to kind of learn some other tunes, or however they call it. She will get on YouTube and find some things, and on her weekend or whatever, that's something she's passionate about. When you're thinking about, the confidence and the hope and being encouraged on today, what gives you drive right now? It doesn't have to look like the next person. If you feel like you have no drive, all the gas in your body is gone, we got to tap back into what gives you that fire. You got to have something that you look forward to that brings you joy, whether or not you pay for it or not. It just does something to your overall purpose. You know that you're doing the thing that you're supposed to do. A lot of times, if you don't tap into that, you feel like you're just winging life one day at a time, one emergency phone call at a time, one crisis at a time, one stale vacation at a time, one this at a time. And really, you don't really have any foresight or insight about what am I looking forward to. Like, it doesn't have to be anything ginormous. It doesn't have to be ginormous. Approve who you are right now and tell yourself, I am enough. If the bills is late, they just late. Thank God you able to pay the basic bills and be okay with that. And then next time, as he restore you and get you back in alignment and on a whole different level, hopefully you learn it right now if things is tight. The lessons that you're learning, so when things is restored, you don't make the same mistakes over. You see how that works? That's how that works. Some of us, we got to get the lesson 1,000 times. No tea, no shade. That's just what it is. You know you better than anybody. But you go ahead and give yourself the approval of saying, I approve of who I am. And baby girl and baby boys, that's enough. For right now, that's enough. Tomorrow, I embrace new experiences. That's enough. And I'm still operating off yesterday was enough. According to the measure God know I can handle. There's some things he don't let us see and experience and hear because he's keeping us in the secret place. If you knew half of the things he protect us from, you probably would be on the 5th floor in a white jacket. So he's comforting you and protecting and covering you because he know how much we can handle. It's up to you. You know how they say, you know, your parents, when you was coming up, they say, don't go in this cupboard or don't do that. Don't go in that closet. And the more they tell you not to do it, you're curious. You want to do it anyway. You think they're not looking. And that happened to me a lot of times. And I was like, knucklehead, you shouldn't have looked. Now you over here toe up and messed up. Right? So just go ahead and just understand that on this National Day of Encouragement, encourage yourself. And the last thing, if others disapprove of you, if they let's just say that's life, right? If they disapprove of you, what impact does that have on your life? What impact does that have on your life when people disapprove of you? We're gonna have to break that down on another one because I'm gonna be doing some 4 more series for our self-care reimagined intersecting with entrepreneurship for Entrepreneurs Academy based in Chicago. And a lot of you guys have been giving us some really good feedback. One of the things we're going to be doing, we have our series this week is going to be on trauma bonds. All right. And then after that, we're going to get into some conflict resolution as we enter the holidays. We need to learn how to, handle conflict within our homes, with our young people, with your spouse, at work, conflict within yourself. We have a request from some folks that's saying, how do we get through this conflict with the mother-daughter conflict that's been coming up every year? The generational breakdown from mother and daughter. So we're going to be peeling some layers back. And y'all know the work that the Lord called me to do. We just don't sit up and talk about the obvious. We normalize what doesn't work and the heaviness. And then we meet that with some solutions. And together, what we move this work forward. Right? And so those are some things that's coming up that you can expect. Because number 3, it's going to take some peeling the onion on that one. If others don't approve of me, what impact does that have on my life? Is that relevant? We got to hit on that because I know a lot of you guys are out there working your butt off. You're doing the best that you can. You truly doing the best that you can with what you have. Then there's some people that say they're doing the best that they can, but we'll have that conversation later. But for some of y'all, I know for sure that you have good intentions. I attract people with big hearts. I know that. And with that, it's going to be some riffraff coming through. That's just culture. That's a law. Like, that's inevitable. But on the whole spectrum of things, a lot of you caregivers, you living in guilt because you're working super hard, and your adult kids is guilting you, your teenage kids is guilting you, making you feel like you're inadequate. They bleed on you because their other parent is not around, or whatever the situation may be. And so you looking to approve and gain trust and value and be validated by your kids. And that judgment of a kid hits different for parents. Y'all parents out there know what I'm talking about. That is something that will stop you in your track. The coworker can trip about something in the meeting. The boss can write you up on the evaluation. Your man can act a fool. But something about when you did all that you know to do with every fiber, and you dealt with people that's irrational on the job for your kids, and they rise up and say some nasty things, that hit different. That type of blow to the stomach underneath the belly make a mama stop in her tracks and say, what? First of all, not to react in a way that screw them up for 30 years based on what we can say with our mouth. So some of us know better than that. You're not going to hit them back with that level of energy that'll screw them up for 30 years. Y'all follow what I'm saying? You're going to check them. But a wise mother going to say, ooh, Jesus, I know I can say something, but I know what the death of the life and death lies in the power of this tongue. And boy, if I break this person down, this is my seed we talking about. Now, I can go there with some coworkers or some situations or whatever, but when it comes to your seed, you want to be more cautious, because you know what you can say with your mouth can break them down to the very last compound where they messed up 20, 30 years later, because they remember what the parents said to them. Even if it's out of anger, it's still the truth anyhow. And that take a lot of discipline. It take you some, cracking them knuckles like, woo, wee, right? So and I know that number 3, we're going to have to unpack that in a different way. You got to make sure that you're not out here trying to get the approval of your kids based on their demanding needs of you, because you set it up to where you a 24/7 a 24/7 Santa Claus. And when Santa Claus is laid off or on EDD because the finances is what it is, and you start to feel bad, and then they say some choice words, there lies conflict. That's how come we're going to do conflict resolution for one of the workshops, and we're going to do some role playing. We're going to do some role playing. We're going to have some scenarios. And like I say, we're going to learn how to, how do we still hold people accountable? How do we speak our truth and operate in it? Some of y'all sleeping with y'all truth. You're traveling with your truth. You're working 2 or 3 jobs with your truth. And you still feel inadequate because your truth has been ready to be birthed out a long time ago. And the question is, if others did disapprove of me, what impact does that truly mean on my life? And is that impact relevant? Is it truly relevant? We got to unpack that. Because some of you guys, if you don't communicate properly, you're going to say some things. I've had some conversations over the last couple of months, people saying what they intended to say. And I'm really like trying to get clarity from the situation. And I just said, hey, I'm sized up based on everybody that hurt you. And I did nothing but do the opposite. Let's have this conversation. I'm not doing voicemails and text on that. Either we're going to get some clarity on it, only because I value you that much to even make time for it, or either you're going to sit with your perceptions for the rest of your life, because I'm not going back and forth. So when we're talking about being encouraged and operating our truth, and practicing how to communicate. And let's resolve some conflict, not with others. We got to resolve conflict within ourselves sometimes. The conflict is, how do I practice exercising my truth without having this weight of disapproval that I believe is going to come with it? You're not here to please everybody and hoard your truth. That's making your blood pressure disrespectful right now. If you don't have people on your speed dial that can truly come bail you out, and you've been helping them all the days of your life, and you sitting up here, they got to give you a whole 5,000-page essay about why they can't do it, and you know that they had a means to do it, then their season is over, because they just done demonstrated to you, as long as you were pouring into them, y'all good. Y'all best friends, got matching outfits and matching selfies. But now that it took you 20 years to humble yourself and learn how to ask, and it took you 20 years to be courageous enough to do it, celebrate that. And that was hard for you to ask for help. And then you go to the very people that you believe that's going to have your back without question, and they meet you with all kinds of excuses on why they can't help. That's hurtful. That's your truth. Just say it. I'm hurt by it. And based on this new discovery, I'm going to take a break off of you right now, because all of this time, not that we keeping score, without even heavy thinking, I know I've been there for you on those levels. And a little small thing that I was courageous enough to ask you, and this is what I get. I need some alone time to figure this thing out. And God allows these experiences, y'all, to come and visit you, so you know on the spiritual what that means. But a lot of times you guys take that, they invite you out for, dinner over a couple of months, and y'all back doing it without having a really, really deep conversation about that. You worth more than that. You not the person that's gonna be the cleanup woman, and everybody and their dad and mom finna hit you up for the holidays about their problems. And when you need a little something, they got a big old excuse, because they done size you up as a strong one. You gonna make it. Yeah, you gonna make it, because God got you. But he also put people in your life to undergird some areas when you need support. So part of your being encouraged is to reevaluate who is in your camp that you can truly say that have your back, fronts, and sides, no questions asked. They're not always your family. They're not always somebody you went to, elementary school with. They might be somebody God put in your life here recently. I have to go now. Never will I say goodbye. I will say see you later. You guys, if you're on my email list, go ahead and check your emails this week. I'll give you the links for the things that's coming. For some of you guys that want to learn how to use your gift to make greater world impact while impacting your own finances, the Lord gifted me with that, and I am here for it. I'm here to help you. Reach out. You can text me personally at area code 323-405-9366. Unwrap your gift. You don't have to wait for Christmas. Unwrap your gift right now. Area code 323-405-9366. Talk to you soon.